they got to find something to kind of start replacing that.
And that's what it is, man.
And that's what they're
Tell
doing.
me the last product that they did. It was just literally iPhone and your iPad.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I'm feeling it. So you hear it first in the Tech-Mex podcast.
Tech-Mex podcast.
Dude,
what's going on?
Have you seen the news? Vision Pro, baby. Are you gonna get yours?
Man, I'm not in the Apple ecosystem. I'm all Samsung right here. Look this. Actually, I got a picture.
Shit, what is that relic, man? That should be in a museum.
High tech from 10 years ago.
Guys, if you are watching the YouTube channel, he's showing. Please show it again. It's a VR headset that actually you use, kind of like your own phone. So you can put the phone there, it wasn't a bad idea though. Is Gear VR. So, dude, I'm excited of Apple. I have both. I have two phones with me, right? I have a mobile, like literally my Android and my Apple, right? So why? Because that's how diverse I am.
All about the diversity, equity, and inclusion, huh?
That's right.
Gomez.
That's right, bro. So, no, it's technology. I like things on Android and I don't like things from Apple. So, as might as well just get two, right? But here is the thing that we have been watching VR for a long time. Like, I remember back in those days when we were in the office, when Oculus came out, man, we were excited because it's like, hey, this is the kind of the technology, and it became very popular even before Meta, the Facebook purchasing. So, do you remember that?
Yeah, man, I remember. Like, we bought the dev devices, so we were one of their earliest users of Oculus. We were working on. Was this Hydrix? I think it was Hydrix.
It was a Kickstarter project and that's when we were exploring that ecosystem about how it's going to impact society and how it will, like, for gaming, right? Specifically for gaming at the beginning.
Yeah, and I will tell you, so with those dev devices that we had, man, they were actually pretty good. They work really well. I would tell you, I would do this demo, and it was one was a roller coaster demo. Oh man, I am telling you, I would put the Oculus on, and I would literally fall out of my chair. I would fall out of my chair because that thing was so realistic. So
it was so real.
It was pretty cool. I enjoyed using the Oculus. After that project didn't really take off, the one that we did for that Kickstarter, so I sold everything off and I didn't really use it after that. But since then I've bought like the Samsung one. There's some other ones that I have, probably 3 different VR headsets. Hence the logo that we have for our Tech-Mex podcast is the guy with the VR headset. So there we go. We premonitioned the new Apple one that they've got going on.
Yeah, and I think that look, Apple has always done a great job to take everything to the masses. It's like even from Steve Jobs, he didn't invented the kind of the way for the different phones, right? He made it the iPhone, which kind of did a whole ecosystem and all of that. But the technology was there. There was a very similar phones back in those days. Similar here. The VR headsets, they have been there for a while. But man, I'm impressed how they're making it cool. There is a couple tweets there that is like, I think that they hire influencers to just say, you know what? This is the shit, right? Put it in your face and make it cool because
that's actually pretty smart if they're doing that. Like,
Apple has solved the problem that you can look cool with a freaking VR headset on the street. And this lady,
that was the last remaining problem too, I think. Right?
And this lady in New York, she did it. I'll show it to you later. It's a tweet, but yeah, it's amazing. I think that it's one of those things. It's called mimetic desire, and actually, a guy wrote a book a couple years back that all of the things that you want, you have seen it. You literally you wanting something because you are trying to mimic somebody. And maybe I'm gonna try to mimic that lady that was like.
It's like it reminds me of that movie Minority Report. You remember that
Yeah, yeah,
movie?
yeah.
It's
That
just
movie was
like
pretty
that. It's
good.
like you can do walk and do Minority Report style stuff. So I think that's pretty cool.
So uh, it's funny, and I have another story here. When I was working with Elon Musk, I remember that he was saying that he was mocking the whole metaverse and the whole VR system, and he was saying, "When I was younger, my mom used to tell me, don't watch the TV too close; you're gonna get blind." And now
And
we
that was
have
like bam right on your forehead, right? So
so he has a point, though. I remember that too.
yeah, that's too funny. Well, maybe there's something to it, but I mean, do you remember using it? I remember using the Oculus one, right?
Hmm.
You used the nicer phone that you use that had the higher DPI and stuff like that, or the dots per inch, or the resolution, basically higher resolution.
Hmm.
The clearer it would look, and it looked pretty great, and very similar to for those of you that maybe haven't seen the Vision Pro, like you can put your environment as if you're like sitting outside in the Grand Canyon, or if you have your own, huge studio, 1,000-foot studio, and you can put screens anywhere around you. You can have YouTube playing here. You can have document open on the other side. You could have a TV in the background, and you can move your head around, and you can kind of look at different things. And the cool thing, actually, in addition, is that the Vision Pro, it recognizes hand gestures, and that's what you're seeing. And I think that's the key, because in these older versions like the Samsung, they have like a, basically a controller on the side. So you basically
Hmm.
have to use these controllers, tap or fast up, down, stuff like that, in order to easily control things. Now there is like this little target, like as you
Hmm.
move your head around, there's a little target that you can point to stuff. So you point using your head, but then you have to tap on the side here to select something. Whereas in the Vision Pro, it can see your hand anywhere, or anywhere in front of you, and you
Hmm.
can go like this, and that's like you're clicking the mouse or whatever, or
Yeah.
you can drag and drop and stuff like that. So that's what makes it kind of cool.
I think that you're right. I think that it's just the very natural progression on just using your hands, right? Instead of learning how to use a mouse or an equivalent, a remote control. Um, I'm not sure if also it's very heavy. I have my Quest
Hmm.
from basically Zuck's Metaverse, right? And it's
uh,
very heavy. Like I feel like my head like leaning, right? So
hmm.
I hope that they actually put a cable from the headset to be able to put the
On the current one,
on
right?
the current one to be able
Hmm.
to actually put it on your pocket. So in that way, it's not that heavy because of the battery. So in some point, they'll be very, very slim. It almost reminds me. Do you remember the first cell phones that actually they were like a huge brick that with a huge
Oh yeah,
antenna?
like on Saved by the Bell, right?
Yes, yes, that's right, that's right. And
The
and basically the guys thought that they were so cool, and now we look at it like this is ridiculous. Who's gonna be wearing that or like even calling that? Well, I think that is the same thing. In 10 years, we're gonna see the people that were in like New York City wearing the the VR, and it's like the Vision Pros. Is like, why did they were doing that, right? So
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
uh,
well, but they have tried to really make him look a little bit better. I think one of the other things that they did was, they use a little bit more premium materials. So they have maybe the glass fronts, I think. So it looks like shiny and like
yeah,
very high tech and
they,
cool,
they do,
versus like
they
some
do.
of this. It's like a very matte, plasticky finish. It seems more like a toy than like, a productivity or something that's high tech. So I think that's maybe also another key.
Yeah, I think that the materials are very important. That's what really like the Apple products. I have only Macs at home. Like that's for sure something that I don't prefer Windows. I just get Macs. Like Mac for you, right? Like my daughters.
iPad, iPad, Mac, Mac.
Yeah, yeah,
You get an
those.
iPad, you get a Mac.
Dude, I don't have to fiddle with them, right? Like they just work. You just open them and it's like work. And I remember when it was just like using Windows, oh, you have to install the latest driver, you have to install the antivirus, you have to install, and it's and from very very fast, it just start clogging, right? But anyways,
Hmm.
we are digressing. I think that you're right on the difference between the old technology on the VR and the new technology. And if they resolve the weight and if they're making it cool, we're gonna start seeing massive adoption for
Mhm.
the little price of $3,500.
Is it really 3,500?
Yes, bro.
Oh
It's like
man. Ah,
this
they're
is
not
this,
they're not
and but
losing money here.
dude, but that's gonna be the norm. Like
Mhm,
devices are look, it's like they're gonna you'll see it's like
mhm,
all of these now like cars. I remember that only like the Italian cars were 100K, like your
mhm.
Lambos, your Ferrari,
Yeah.
right? Like, and now like it's like, well, you want a brand new car, is
Mm,
100K, right?
yeah.
A decent one. uh it's gonna be like this, like maybe your phone is gonna start, sure, you have all of the cheap ones, but the luxury ones, and they have to, in order to be keeping the monster that they're like a 1 trillion point something, right?
Yeah.
Uh company.
Yeah, right now, what I was looking at, have you seen those Sankey charts? They're like very, very popular right now and all over Reddit, internet, that show
Hmm.
like all the inputs and they break out like, oh, you're spending this, this, this. Well, anyways, for Apple, they showed that the iPhones are still like a huge chunk of their revenue. It's like 80% or something. So it's a huge thing. And eventually, right, that's got to run out because I mean, these things are very becoming commoditized. And by
Yep.
commoditized, like, eh, all phones are kind of basically the same, right? They all basically do similar functionality. The specs are all kind of around, like you're not seeing big gains there. So eventually they become commoditized. It's like one phone is just like the other. You might pick one over the other only because of the brand.
Yeah.
They might see some of that revenue just start to shrink. They got to find something to kind of start replacing that.
And
Um,
that's
and,
that's what it is,
and
man.
that's what they're
Tell
doing.
me, tell me the last product that they did. It was just literally iPhone and your iPad.
Mhm.
This is it. I'm feeling it. So you hear it first in, in the Tech-Mex
Tech-Mex
podcast.
podcast. Mando
So
Gomez.
so I think that, yeah, I'm excited. We might have to shell out the money to be able to get the device, right? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna start walking on Houston, like the street, all soaking in sweat, right?
I saw, I already saw someone in their Cybertruck driving down there and they're doing this thing with their Pro on
I'll,
there.
I'll probably wanna be in my Cybertruck with my freaking like Vision Pro.
Oh, you see my side? I got my Cybertruck out now. I took it out the box
Yes,
finally.
finally, man. But
Finally,
yeah,
man.
that's a good one. Stay tuned. We'll tell you more updates on the device. But so far, super excited.
Yeah. I think it definitely looks promising. I mean, uh, the older ones were a lot of fun. I mean, you can watch Netflix or go through websites, whatever. It's kind of neat. I wonder what it's going to be like. Yeah, out in person though. I'm not really sure. That's the
We'll
only
see.
thing. Like, why do you need to be out with it? Like, are you going to be typing a Word document as you're walking down the street? Is that how people are using it?
I mean, you can
What
keep
do you think?
browsing. I really think that it's just the social media that you can use. Or will it's gonna be a lot of accidents. A lot of accidents. Like
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know.
that's what is gonna. Oh, I was doing the Vision Pro and suddenly just like you know
Yeah.
it run out of power and now I didn't see, and car accident.
You know what? I could
So
see it for people that are exercising. Like if you're going to
true.
go out running around the track or something and you want to watch Netflix, you can be out there running. Now, the thing is probably heavy and maybe it won't do too well with sweat, but eventually maybe it'll get there.
We will
Maybe
get
that's a
there
pretty good
because
use
it
these
is getting
days.
right now everything with AI and the be able to the gestures, the battery. It's just the apex of technology, right? And we are getting there. So yeah, super excited for the advancements.
You know what? Let's leave it at that. You know what? If you like our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We love to hear from you. It'll give us ideas on what to talk about next. Hopefully, we inspire the next billionaire out there. Hopefully, it's one of us Latinos, and we got to get onto it, man. You know what? Dale.
Peace.